Rebel Wilson takes the lead in a romantic comedy that is a satire on romantic comedies in Isn't It Romantic? She stars with Adam Devine and Liam Hemsworth. So is this going to be your new favorite rom-com? The whole premise of the film is Rebel Wilson has a negative outlook on romantic comedies as films. She doesn't believe that they are realistic. She's actually very in tune with it because she just points out all of the unnaturalness of a romantic comedy. I mean, the whole reason that we love them is because, things happen, people fall in love, there's an accident that happens and hey, we have this chance meeting and all of a sudden, yay, we're together. Or the beautiful woman, she stumbles and she's clumsy and that's all of a sudden endearing versus, well, no, she just can't walk. That's her whole outlook on romantic comedies. And through an accident, she wakes up finding herself in a romantic comedy. Now, she plays it really low-key in this film. Now, a little Rebel Wilson goes a long way for me. But in this, I found her endearing, sympathetic, and fun. Adam Devine is also playing it straight and not over the top. And there's a scene between Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine when they're doing karaoke. And I just thought, wow, am I watching Pitch Perfect 3.5? I liked Liam Hemsworth in this because he's just goofy. At least in the romantic comedy world that he's in, he gets to be kind of over the top. He doesn't take himself too seriously, which I really enjoyed because he's cheesy. I mean, if you look at a romantic comedy, some of the male leads where they're just kind of goofy, that's how he was, and it was fun to watch him in that. I do think the story was clunky at the beginning and maybe even for the first half of the film, but it eventually found its groove and I began to actually have fun with it as it went along. At the beginning of the film, I was like, oh, this just, I don't know. I don't know if I enjoy it. I don't know if I like the camera work. I don't know if I like the acting. I don't know if I like even how the story feels. But surprisingly, as it went on, I became more invested in it. There are some really genuine, funny moments in this film, and there are some great jokes in it as well. But at other times, it felt forced. It felt like it was trying to make me laugh, or it was just trying to have this really funny moment. And for me, it just kind of was like, that wasn't very funny. I like how they did the visuals with the romantic comedy scenario. I mean, everything had this softer focus to it. Everything was polished. Everything is brighter, cleaner, just more bright colors, just happier. And I mean, even Rebel Wilson and everybody else, all of the other characters had smoother skin, softer hair, just everything that exuded kind of this ideal world. And I liked it as the use of satire because I can see that whole scenario, that whole setup used in so many other romantic comedies. Now, the filmmakers also really took advantage of the romantic comedy setup because they can use the convenient edits and the convenient plot points and jumps that normally we kind of take for granted and we just like, oh, well, in real life that wouldn't happen or whatever, but I'm willing to forgive it because it's such a cute movie. Well, in this, they were able to do that, but making fun of it at the exact same time. I liked the characters for the most part. I liked the interaction between them. Like I said, I enjoyed a lot of the jokes. Some of them felt really forced though. I do think that this is just an okay movie. It didn't totally resonate with me as much as I had hoped it would as I was going into it. Now, I didn't watch any of the trailers going in, and I had just a brief understanding of what the film was. So I got to go in without any type of expectation of what it's going to be. It just didn't wow me as much as I had hoped it would, especially for a film that's making fun of romantic comedies, all the while being a romantic comedy. Now, I love rom-coms. I really do. I'm a sucker for them. I get sucked right into it and can just go along. And I can typically, a lot of the time, I can throw a lot of the logic out of the window and really just get into the story and have a lot of fun in this. And this was fun. It just wasn't awesome and it just wasn't great. And so I don't think that it's worth taking an entire family out to the theaters at full price to see it. I mean, you see it on matinee, totally fine. There's no sex, nudity, or violence, but there is some profanity, and there's also some use of some bleeps over profanity that works really well. I give Isn't It Romantic 3 out of 5 couches. What's your favorite rom-com? I'd love to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel because maybe they might enjoy it too. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.